Here we're going to look at my presentation for formative assessments. What is a formative assessment? Well, we have a little comic there. It says, I need more specific feedback on my formative assessment. Okay, so here's the definition of a formative assessment. Basically, it's an assessment that is not, it's more informal. It's used to just monitor students' learning and enable the teacher to give feedback. It allows the teachers to identify their strengths and weaknesses, and it can help the teacher determine whether or not students are struggling in particular areas. I kind of maintained the theme throughout this last 3 units. I'm going to keep it in my social studies grade 3 level throughout this formative assessment assignment. And the standard that I'm holding to is that students will be able to locate and describe major landforms and bodies of water in Newfoundland, and then we've got different parts of the standard. Just break it down to locating major landforms, bodies, describing these things. Okay, so give me a moment to read that. This is just a small map. If you don't know where Newfoundland and Labrador is, it's on the east coast of Canada. Okay. My lesson objective for this standard is that after the lesson, students should be able to describe major bodies of water, and also I can include their landforms as well. Here we have a river meander. Okay, my first assessment is just a simple chart where the students can fill in the definitions. They can sketch, make a sketch of the different bodies of water, or if you change it into landforms, and again give an example. This is based on the Fryer model. A little closer look. Rationale for using this is that it allows students to complete a chart of the major bodies of water. It shouldn't be too difficult for them, and it just helps me establish if they have a knowledge of the content that we've been studying, and allowing them to do something a little abstract like making a sketch. Again, will give me further information whether or not this student is properly understanding the content that we're going through. I made a differentiated activity for this one. In this activity, the students could use a map or just a local map of their region, and on that map they would identify different bodies of water and or landforms if we were to adjust to the other part of the standard. I felt that just identifying the landforms or the bodies of water wouldn't be enough, so it would get the students again to create their own legend, and in this activity they would have to explain the different symbols that they're using to identify the different bodies of water and landforms. My second assessment is a self-directed response. So in this case, they would use would be like a homework assignment, and during their homework assignment, the students could creatively come up with a understanding of the content that we're studying. And in this case, they can be a rap or a song, that's a poem or a riddle or any sort of action that would describe a body of water. And here's an example that I've given myself. Gander is a community in Newfoundland and Labrador, and they have a lake there, so feel free to read that. Okay. Rationale for using this assessment is that it allows students to think creatively about the content rather than just memorizing or doing it over and over again in a familiar way. So I think if they are able to create an assignment that shows that they have an understanding of the bodies of water creatively, then it gives me this idea that they know their subject matter very well. If they are off base, then I can readdress some of the terminology that the students can go back through. My third assessment is designing a postage stamp. So this would be more of a creative assessment. Okay, so in this assessment, the students would create a stamp for the province of Newfoundland, and on there they would draw pictures of body of water. Again, this is a grade 3 classroom, so using art as a way of understanding, I think, is an excellent way of assessing their understanding of the content. And here you have an example of some students that made a postage stamp for their region. This is a U.S. example, obviously, but it can be converted to almost any sort of subject matter or content. Again, the rationale for using this is that students are able to visually represent with a self-designed postage stamp an understanding of the content and the subject matter that we're learning in this unit and under this standard. Thank you very much. This has been my presentation on formative assessments.